think that the relationships in 90s were more committed than the relationships in 2023.
Watch this video to find out more about this.
How? The first topic is lack of efforts. If you see 1990s, people used to put in more efforts in their relationship. They did not have technology, no mobile phones, but they used to write letters to each other. And I still remember my father-in-law, he married my mother-in-law in 1960s, and he still have those letters preserved as a precious memory, although my mother-in-law has passed. So the kind of love they used to pour in those letters, the commitment, it shows that in present era, we hardly bother to write letters to our beloved. We just chat on social media. This is the era where people write K for okay. So they do not have time for this elaborate letters and the way they can show their love to their girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife. I personally think the people in 90s have more patience when it comes to relationship, and they were more committed. In today's era, if you see, people have very less patience. But previously, people used to put in efforts to sustain the relationship, to save it, to preserve it. And that is why their love life or their married life used to go for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and so on. So yeah, of course, this is also a point where the patience level in people in 2023 is pretty less. We have lots and lots of distractions. We have social media, we have our friends, we have our Me Too time, we have our family. There are so many things where people have distracted them, but they do not wish to put in efforts in their relationship. Relationships, even with their parents, they are not interested in putting any kind of effort. They are more busy in the virtual world than the real world. And when it comes to 90s, people used to walk miles and miles. I really used to walk miles and miles and kilometers to meet each other. And they used to wait, and they used to have long distance relationship where once a week they used to get that postcard and telegram or something like that, and they used to wait for it. They used to wait patiently for it. But today, if we do not get a single text from our husband or wife or boyfriend, we are angry. We want to know everything. We want to know where they are and each point of their life. So I think trust issues are also there in today's era. People were more real. People used to communicate more. If you talk about today, we are busy in the virtual world. We are distracted completely. Either we are scrolling, we are watching something, we are chatting with people, we are busy finding the filters on the Instagram or searching the reels and all that. But we do not that particular time to our loved one which they need. Your relationship is like a flower pot, is like a plant. It needs sunlight, it needs water, it needs air to make chlorophyll. Similarly, your relationship needs understanding, needs time, needs dedication so that it can flourish. And we are very busy these days. We are very busy today. For us, 24 hours are pretty less these days. And that also affects your relationship, and that also affects the commitment you have towards your relationship. So I still think that in 1990s, people had less facilities, but I think the relationship and the connection was more genuine. Most of them, 90% of the people used to have arranged marriages. Arranged marriage as in my elders will talk to the groom's elders and they will finalize the marriage and they will set out a date. And my mother met my father for the first time during the marriage. They never had seen each other. It's like that. And still they have their relationship thick going on for more than 30 years. Love marriages were very less and they were very frowned upon. People had issues with love marriages, but my father-in-law married mother-in-law and they had a love marriage in 1960s. People were not very progressive at that time. People used to think that love marriages is going to destroy the community. But yeah, I think that problem they had. And in today's era, I think people are pretty open-minded. They don't mind their son or daughter to choose their partner. Again, the commitment level which the people in 90s, I'm not saying there are exceptions. There are people who might exceed the limitations and who might love and care and trust their partner like anything, and who are ideal couple like me and Swarnajit. So there are exceptional partners, but still I personally think though the facility was less, people were more happy. Technology was less, but still they enjoyed each other's company, they waited for their letters, they lived their life small but happily. For me, I think people of 90s, they win.
Relationship in today's world is very complex. The amount of coaching I've done in this field in more than 26 countries, 7 to be more precise, it's insane. And the more I do this, the more I realize that how much the relationships have transformed from 90s to in today's world. Like my co-coach Ankita was mentioning about all the amazing points about the 90s relationship. And this sounds so cheesy, so nice, so quirky. In today's world, the problem is that everybody is so to the point, to the chase. Like, okay, are you serious about this or not? Do you want this or not? Like, listen, these are my criteria, these are my points, these are my deal breakers, these are my deal makers. So all these points are coming in, and that's what is making people decide about their relationship. Sometimes people are not serious about relationships, some people are. There's always a mismatch, the energies and the commitment levels and everything else. I personally feel in today's world, the amount of people I talk to and the amount of coaching I've done, I can see that there is a massive shift in the level of commitment in today's world. The shift is that people are less and less committed as the days are passing by. The reason is that because people have multiple options, and one of the points that Ankita mentioned was patience. People in today's world have lesser patience. Let's be honest with us, right? I mean, if you are watching a video right now, if it doesn't hit the point that you are looking for, you skip the video, scroll the video instantly. This is what people are doing with relationships too. If something is not matching, if it's not vibing together, they say, oh, we're not vibing anymore. We have evolved, we have grown out of the relationship. Let's move on, Let's do this mutually. But remember this always, my friends. No matter what relationship you're in, most of the times, 99% of the times, it's only one person who has moved on and the other person suffers. 99% of the time. I'm not saying everybody does, but 99% of the time, either one suffers, right? There's very, very few cases where they do literally have fallen out of the relationship together and they are actually amicably shaking hands and they're moving apart from the relationship. But that is very, very, very rare. Primary aspect is one or the other is suffering. That causes more trauma. That person without healing takes that wound, that bleeding, that hurt feeling in the next relationship, which causes more and more problems. So in today's world, the problem is that people are more ignorant about their problems and they don't want to accept that they have a problem, right? In earlier times, it was the same thing. The thing was, there was a lot of commitment. The commitment was insane. That's the reason, because of commitment, they would power through things. Even though people suffered, they power through things. In today's world, because of the lack of patience, because of the lack of tolerance, their intensity, their tolerance capacity has gone down. So people can't tolerate anymore. If you misbehave, you're done. Goodbye. Right? That's how things are in today's world. Earlier times, if there is a miscommunication between one person or the other, if one apologized, right, people would reconsider, people would work on it, people would talk through. But in today's world, if you misbehave, people will take it, suppress it in their thought process. They will become more passive aggressive and they eventually fall apart. So you have to understand that in real life, in today's world, the problem is that lack of focus, lack of commitment, and distractions, the amount of distractions we have. We are seldom committed. We're not even committed to ourselves. How committed are you to yourself at this point? The commitments that you've made for doing the workouts regularly, the commitments you made that I will do networking regularly, the commitments you made that I will make X amount of money by this age, by this time, the commitment you made that I will, have a family, or I will marry this person or that person or this kind of people. Where are those? I will buy a house, I will buy a car. Are you keeping your commitment to its max level? Are you following through? You will see that you have not even stayed committed to yourself. So what makes you think that you can be 100% committed to the other person outside? See, the thing is this, my friend. Everything takes effort. Everything takes time. So you have to if you really want to improve your relationship at the end of the time, you have to put in the effort. You have to understand and accept the problem first. Without accepting the problems, there is no way people can fix a problem. So always first, we have to understand and accept that there is a problem, and then go into the depth of those problems to figure out what are the solutions for those problems, right? So in this time, 2023, people can have beautiful relationships. And in fact, there are a few of them. I have spoken to people, I have friends who cherish themselves. They love each other. They kiss like 100 times a day to each other. But then there are couples in today's world, they barely touch. They hardly text each other. Or they're living in different cities, different countries. So all these things are happening, and it's okay. We have come in terms with it, thinking that it's okay to not talk so much. I want my own space. In today's world, in today's generation, the space concept has completely been a mess because they don't know what they actually mean when they talk about the word space. So they all want space, and in that process of having their own space, they push everybody away, including their friends, their family, their loved ones, including their intimate relationship. And they end up suffering, living alone, and they get melancholic or they feel very, very lonely. That breaks problem. So you have to understand this, my friends. If you really want to have a great relationship in 2023, you have to work on yourself. There is no way you can keep comparing and thinking that, oh, those were golden days, now we are so screwed. Not going to happen. You can still have a great relationship. You can still have a great time with your partner, but you have to put in the effort. You have to go all in. You have to put in that hours, that creativity. You have to put in your creativity on this, right? In today's world, what we do is how to gift a girlfriend or my wife during anniversary. We're Googling it. Earlier times we would create things with our creativity, right? Which had a personal touch to it. Like I think one of the points my co-coach Ankita mentioned about is that the writing letter part, that is one of the most powerful things still till date, right? But you have to understand that you cannot skip those things. Just because you have text, you have phones. Problem is people are always looking for the easier way out. If you're always looking for easy way out, there is no way you're going to put in the effort. So effort matters in a relationship. And if you want to sustain a relationship, you definitely need to work it out. Just like you want to build muscle, relationship is just like a muscle. The more you work it out, the better it gets, the stronger it gets. So I hope this video gives you a nudge to understand that commitment is not just generation thing. Commitment is something that you can have in today's world as well, given that you have clarity, you have the understanding that why you want this, why does it matter to you, and how you want your life to be. It doesn't matter which generation you are in. You are the creator of your own world. You are the creator of your own experience. So I want you to understand and actually follow your passion from your heart. Listen to it. Stop just zoned out on your brain. Listen to your heart and feel the relationship and take things forward from there. Feel the passion. Let passion take over your relationship, and you will have a great relationship no matter which generation you are. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my videos, please do share and subscribe them so that we can connect and share with more people and spread this amazing energy, spread this amazing, information out there. Thank you so much for being there, and thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate you guys. God bless you all. Take care of yourself. Bye.